Welcome, painters and decorators of the interweb. Phil Beckwith, doing a bit of a, don't want to call this a review, it's more of a product. It's not even a product test, it's actually using a product. Now you've seen the thumbnail, Stabilising Solution. I've got a little bit of a project at home. See this bit of a rendered wall. Now this was done last year, it was new rendering last year, and I coated it up with Sandtex smooth masonry paint. Now if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, when you've got new rendering, you've got new stucco, new cement stuff, what is your first coat that goes on to rendering, stucco, terraline, anything like that? I'm going to tell you, because I'm going back to basics. Going back to basics when I was at college. I keep telling you I went to college. Not everybody went to college, particularly for painting and decorating. But the basics of stucco, render, terraline, anything that's a bit of a cement base. Let's keep it simple. What were we taught at college? We were taught that the first coat that goes onto anything like that is always a thin down coat of your masonry paint, your emulsion. I.e. emulsion being water based. So your masonry paint's your first coat that goes onto brand new rendering. Obviously you dust it off and you thin your paint down accordingly. You always read the back of the label, back of the can, 20-30%, thin it down enough so it soaks in. Now that's what I did last year on this bit of rendered wall under my nice concrete bench seat. Now you're going to say, what have you put on that concrete bench seat, Phil? I put a concrete sealer. Ask me some questions if you want to know what that is, but that's just a straightforward concrete sealer, clear. So that's that. But this has been done 12 months. Now I always knew there was going to be a bit of an issue with it, because at the back of this seat area here we've got soil, and obviously a little bit of damp comes through. Doesn't bother me, because what's my job? Painting and decorating. So for every year, if it's a case that I give it a coat of paint, it's not a problem. But we're 12 months on, and it's just this probably last 4 or 5 months started to flake away from the surface. So what I've done previous weeks, I've actually gone over it gently, not heavily, with a jet wash. Just got any loose bits of paint off, and then once that's dried, stiff hand brush, just give it a do you like that? Stiff hand brush, just any bits of cement that might be still on it. So once you've done that, what do you need to put on it? Because we're 12 months on, it's not a new surface now. Give it a coat of Stabilising Solution. You're going to say, Phil, why are you using Stabilising Solution? And again, I'm going to revert back to college. What's the purpose of Stabilising Solution? Well, you put Stabilising Solution on surfaces that aren't new. You don't put Stabilising Solution on new surfaces. So the surfaces you're going to put this on when we come into this sort of work, it's friable surfaces, it's powdery surfaces, it's older surfaces, chalky surfaces, and just read the label. That's what it's for. It's like a binder. It soaks into the surface, it gives you a good base to work on with your emulsion stroke water based masonry paint. Now you're going to say to me, why don't you use PVA? You don't use PVA. I don't even want anybody to say the word PVA to me for coating up cement render. Please don't use PVA. Please don't use PVA on new plastered walls. Whether it's thin down or not, you should not be using PVA. PVA is, one, not alkali resisting. So when you're going over these sorts of surfaces that are an alkali surface, you don't want to be putting PVA on it. People will argue this with me till the cows come home, but you don't put PVA on surfaces like this. Now, this you do put on surfaces. I've told you before, I'm not a chemist. If I was clever, I'd have been an electrician. I'm a painter and decorator, so I'm not a chemist to know what's actually in this that makes this any different than any other sealer. But all I know is, if you're doing cement rendering, terraline, stucco, friable surfaces, chalky, powdery, give it a coat of stabilising solution. That'll act as your binder and your base for going over it. Have I said enough on that? Probably. Now there are other products that you can use. Zinza do a peel stop, which is very much like guards, but you can use peel stop outside, and that is a version of a stabilising solution, but it's a little bit more expensive than what this is. This isn't too expensive. What do we pay for this? I don't know, 15 quid, might not even be that, I can't remember now. But this is what you need to use over cementy render, I can't even say it, cementy render that's started to break down, because this will act as your sealer. So without going on about it too much, I'm going to get some out, I'm going to coat all this up. You could just spot prime it, but I'm going to coat it all up, make it easier for me with the top coat of black. So see you in a bit. There we go. Just took some out into a bucket, emulsion bucket. I'm going to coat up there. I'll do my usual, coating it up and then fast forward it for you. I might even put a little bit of music to it. But this stabilising solution is a water-based product. Wash your brushes out with water. Now you used to be able to, and I think you can still get oil-based stabilising solutions. Now we've moved on from oil-based, haven't we? If there's a product out there that's water-based that it does the same sort of thing, water-based a lot easier. There's only certain situations that you want to be using oil-based paint, and particularly for this you don't need to be using it. But yeah, I can remember going back 25-30 years when we were going around houses where we were painting render and stucco and having to do some bits of repairs, or there was flaky paint, and we used to go around with a pigmentated stabilising solution that was oil based. I pigmentated, it was white, just a bit of a white cast to it, which was fine for that, but moved on now. A lot of the work that you do is water based, so a water based stabilising solution is great. It's dries quick and you can wash your brush out. Now this, always read the can, there's different brands that you can use for stabilising solution. This is through Sandtex. Now it says just give it a liberal coat, so give it plenty. Make sure you just don't get it splashing and running. If you do get it splashing and running over surfaces you don't want it going on, damp cloth, get it off. So I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll see you on the other side. There you have it, peeps. Just coated it up and gave it a nice liberal coat. Now I've just used a 2.5 inch Eco Union brush, nothing complicated about that. Some surfaces you might get away with putting it through a bit of a sprayer, spraying it on if it's very textured. You could roll it, but you've got the fear of sprinting. But no, that's gone on nicely. Now some surfaces you might not need to be using stabilising solution. You might have surfaces that are a little bit specialist. A better product to use would be alkali resisting primer. Now if in doubt, always contact a paint manufacturer rep, because they will give you a specification that's suitable for the surfaces that you're painting. Don't always listen to me saying, oh, Phil says alkali resisting primer. You might not need alkali resisting primer and you can get away with stabilising solution. Vice versa, some surfaces that might be really bad and you put a lot of filler on to make them good, because we've done jobs like that. Actually the specification from the paint reps using their paints, which was Sandtex, was to put a coat of actual oil based alkali resisting primer on. That gave you a better surface to work on. But yeah, talk about paint till the cows come home, can't I? But no, I'm going to get that white back into the tub, tip it away. Water washable. I'm going to wash my brush out, give it about an hour. If it's dry, Just always read the label for best drying time conditions, and I'll come back after some lunch and get it coated up with black. You can see me doing that if you want as well. Then we've nearly finished. That'll be a quick video. Okie dokie. It's been a while since I've seen you. The reason it's been a while because I said be back in about an hour. It's been a bit longer than that. So on the back of that it says at least 4 hours. So at least 4 hours made me go and have a sit down. Just maybe go and have a sandwich. It's also made me go and do another video on another product. So you might see in the future or previously a video where I'm wearing the same clothes. I've got more than one set of clothes, but you know what I mean. Right, just going to finish off on this. Smooth masonry, Sandtex. I'm just going to coat all this up now. I'll fast forward it for you because we're finishing off on this. But that stabilising solution is binded that surface beautifully now, so I can just easily coat it up, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's how we're going to finish it off. So thanks for listening. Stabilising solution. What's it used for? Friable, powdery, chalky surfaces. Old, not new, old. Stuff that needs a bit of a solution over it to stop it flaking. Well, yeah, Sandtex Trade. Quick drying, water-based, stabilising solution. Ideal. What for? Friable, chalky, powdery surfaces. Surfaces that aren't brand new, they're old and weathered, and that's where you use it. So I'm going to get a coat of paint on this. I'll see you on the next video. And there we have it. Just painted that bit of wall. You see it there. It's just drying off. Now if it needs another coat, I'll give it another coat later, but we'll see what it's like when it's dry. But other than that, I'm not showing you how to paint a wall. I'm not showing you how to use black Sandtex masonry paint. I just want to talk about stabilising solution, where you use it, why you're using it. And I think I've done that. I've probably kept it under 15 minutes, hopefully. But no, if you like the content, give us some thumbs up. Give some comments, and there's some videos there and there that you might want to watch going forward. So thanks for listening. See you on the next one. Might be painting the door.